for the delay.
No problem.
Thank you for your patience.
You can.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. So,
Yes, nice to see you again. It's been so long. And let's see, we do have some new people joining us. Ksenia, hello.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Sorry for the delay. We went a little bit over time in the last hour, and then I had to freshen up my coffee. But welcome, glad you're here.
Okay, thank you.
And let's see, Greg, please correct me if I'm wrong. Gregors?
Actually, it's Grzegorz, but people call me Gregory or Greg.
Okay. And where are you from?
I come from Poland.
Poland. Okay, so it's probably that sound, that sound
Yeah.
that I can't make. They have that. I'm living in the Czech Republic.
Oh, right. So
I'm very familiar with how much I cannot pronounce that sound.
it's almost like Ż, but I think the tongue is much higher. Ż. Yeah, something like that, but there are two sounds, so it's like two. I don't know. It probably won't possible to th in one word.
Yeah, it's very difficult sound for English speakers.
Yeah.
Welcome, glad you're here.
Thank you.
And Jinwei, hello.
Hi, teacher. I'm back.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Great.
I'm celebrating Labor Day.
Oh, is it Labor Day there?
Hmm.
It was here too on Friday. Friday was Labor Day here in the Czech Republic, and I had the day off. I think it was Labor Day. Either that Friday or next Friday, but yes. Great.
This Friday.
Okay, yeah, so it was. Good. Oh, let's see. So here's our link. Let me just see. We've been having some debate and some confusion with some of our future perfect sentences. Let's see. So good, and Wellington's helping us straighten this out. Very nice. Yeah, so in that exercise 2, I'll just share the screen and we'll just get right into it. People who are just joining us, of course, please feel free to ask any questions. I will just quickly review the structure. So with these sentences, we have a specific time and an event in the future, and we use the future modal will with the auxiliary have and the past participle, and that's the structure for the future perfect, the main clause of these sentences. But sometimes we also have, go back to the examples, we also have 2 events in the future that are joined together with by the time, and in those instances we'll have the main clause, the future perfect, will have completed, and then the dependent clause is in the simple present. So that's the structure. There is a review of it at the top of the worksheet as well. But we were getting stuck. Some of these are passive sentences. So we had some confusion, particularly with 8 and 9. These are 2 passive sentences, and so they take be. We're not going to go into it too much, but because that's kind of a different grammar topic, active versus passive. But as it comes up, we'll just pay attention to it because it can be confusing. And then sentence 1, let's see. Yeah, then we have an active sentence in exercise 4. number 1. And this is where we left off. All right, so any questions before we continue moving? All right, so we'll start off right here with number 2, exercise 4. We're filling in the blanks. And why don't we start with Jinwei this time? And yeah, Jinwei, it looks like you have you're in the class 2 times. I don't know how that happens, but...
Someone is trying to attack my internet.
Oh, no. There we go. Fixed. All right. So are you ready? Will you take number 2 for us?
Number 2. When you see you next year, I will have finished all the courses for my degree.
Exactly right. Very good. I will have finished. Good. Number 3, Wellington.
George has changed jobs 3 times so far this year. If he continues like this, by the end of the year, he will have had 4 or 5 jobs.
Excellent. Yep, very good. Number 4, moving right along. Sasha, number 4.
By the time Donald leaves the US, he will have visited at least 15 states.
Good. Yep, so our present simple here and our future perfect here. Great. Number 5, Ksenia.
Come to my dorm room at 10 p.m. By then, I will have completed my essay on Napoleon.
Good. Yep, I will have completed. Excellent. Number 6, Gregory.
Okay. In July, my uncle and aunt will have been married for 25 years.
Good. And this is another one where we use be, but that has to do with married. It's the copula be there, not the passive be. Just in case anyone wants to be more confused. Great. Number 7, Diego.
Okay. Teacher, in the 6, I don't understand why is B been not B.
Yeah, this is going to be why it's been rather than be.
Yes.
Let's look. Let me type a couple other sentences and we'll compare a few things. This one is confusing, especially when we've already talked about.
In this case, because the situation is in progress.
Yeah, and also it's like it's the copula be. So I could say I am married, and we have be in the present tense there. That's it's with the verb married. It works like an adjective, so it works like a describing word. It's describing me, and so we have to use the be verb with it. So I don't know if that clarifies much, but it's with any time with married, you're going to use some form of the verb be before it. They are married. They were married. they will have been married.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's a confusing one. This is called the copula be, and we use it when we're describing like states of being. I am happy. I am female. I am married. So I'm going to jot down these ideas for future grammar lessons as well.
It's very confusing for me because in Spanish there are two verbs for to be. I don't explain very well, but in Spanish there are two verbs for to be.
Yeah,
Okay,
ser and estar. Yeah.
Yes, entonces, o sea, then in something case you use star for example this case, but when it's passive you use other case. Yes.
Yeah.
I 7.
I understand you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like you would say, se casaron hace 5 años or something, versus están casados. Yeah, and be is confusing for that reason and for many other reasons. The verb be in English is probably the most difficult verb.
Claro, yes, okay.
Great.
By midnight, all the computer will have been adjusted. Yes, it's 6 and 7. It's two different cases.
Yeah, this is another passive sentence.
Yes.
So in a passive sentence, we don't know who is doing the action, and so the verb be is used.
Yes.
The active version would say the engineers will have adjusted all the computers. Great. Excellent. Number 8, Anna.
Yes, 8. By next month, Elga will already have left for Germany.
Good. Yep. Great. Oops. There we go. Excellent. And number 9, Ken.
Yes. By next month, the tech building will have been finished by someone. By someone was appointed.
Very good. Yes. So noticing that's another passive one there. Great. Great. And number 10, Jinwei.
Number 10. By 4 p.m. Omar will have delayed his application for this job.
Good. Yep. Will have delivered. Good. All right. So that was, there was a whole lot of fill in the blanks. This one, the next exercise, it's still fill in the blank, but you'll be doing the whole future perfect clause. This is kind of a strange one. So here are Denise's plans for the next few years. And again, let's pretend these are in the future. When this worksheet was created, they were in the future. Now they're in the past, but we'll pretend they're in the future. And this is still in the future, actually, so this will work fine. So your task here is to write 10 sentences about what Denise will have done by September 2015. So the first one, by September 2015, Denise will have finished ultrasound classes. So you're supposed to use these ideas. So number 2, we'll use number 2 here to complete the sentence here, if that makes sense.
Yes, the game is that way.
Okay, great. And it is.
Can I ask about the pronunciation of the future perfect? Yeah, and the contraction of will have. Can I say that? What? How can I say? Dennis will. Dennis out or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be
Dennis.
It'll be will of.
W should be pronounced.
And we don't. This one we don't. Let's see. In spoken, yeah, we do contract it. In spoken English, you will hear. Let's see. By next year, I will have been living in New York for 6 months. But it's not as noticeable, or maybe not as important a contraction as other forms. And you will almost never see it in writing. There's something about it that looks a little strange. But you might see it in writing, and you will hear it in speech. But it's maybe not as contracted as like I've. So there's still like 2 syllables, kind of will of.
Mm-hmm.
We just cut off the H rather than the whole thing. Good question. All right, so let's see. It is Wellington's turn, so you'll do number 2 here.
Okay. By September 2015, Denise will have visited California.
Visit or visited?
Visited.
Yeah, we'll have visited California. Great. Excellent. And 3, Ksenia.
By September 2015, Denise will have begun working at Valley Hospital.
Good. Excellent. Number 4, Gregory.
Okay. By September 2015, Denise will have bought a car.
Great. She's got lots of plans. Diego, next one, number 5.
Okay, by September 2015, Denise will have already moved to a new apartment.
Good. Excellent. And notice that already is an optional there. And technically it's supposed to go in the middle, but native speakers put it here, and they might put it, this is where it's supposed to go, in the middle of the auxiliaries. But native speakers might put it in the front. They might put it at the end. It can go a lot of places. Good. And number 6, Anna.
Yes. By September 2015, Denise will have bought a nice Christmas gift.
Good. Good. Yep.
Gifts. Okay.
Excellent. And 7, Ken.
Okay, by September 2015, Dennis will have been skiing in Mount Trumpland.
Good. And this is when you can say been, will have been. What did I? That's the third one. But we could, or gone, will have gone skiing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There's a slight
Oh,
difference in
yeah.
meaning. This using be would tell me that she's never ever gone skiing there before.
I see.
So it'll be
more like experience.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Great. And let's see, number 8. Back to Jinwei.
By September 2015, Dennis will have been married. To her husband.
Good. Okay, so good. The grammar there is perfectly correct. We will have been married. We would need a time frame.
Years.
For how many? 28?
For 20 years.
20 years. Okay. Good. Yeah, so the grammar there is fine. You could also have used their example, will have met friends in New York. But good. Yep, grammar is fine there. Number 9, Wellington.
By September 2015, Denise will have given a Mother's Day gift for Herman.
Good. And that reminds me, Mother's Day is 1 week from now in the United States. I have to remember to call my mom.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. And let's...
Same.
Yeah. Is Mother's Day that same day in Brazil there?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I know some countries celebrate it on a different day.
Yeah.
But yeah, very important. My mother will be very upset if I don't call her. And let's see the last one, number 10, Ksenia.
By September 2015, Denise will have returned in Mexico.
Good. So there's Denise's plans. She's got lots of plans. Busy. Sounds like she's going to be really busy before September 2015. All right, the next exercise, this is a really good one. So you are going to have 2 sentences, and your job is to write a complex sentence based on the following information. And so that's just the same types of sentences we've been doing. They are complex because they're putting, there's a subordinate clause and a main clause, or a dependent clause and a main clause. That's the definition of a complex sentence. And so your job is to think about what happens first, and remember that by the time goes with the thing that happens last. So I'll just do this first one as an example. By the time signals the later thing, the thing that happens last. So by the time my brother's flight arrives, by the time my brother's flight arrives, I will have finished work. So this can be a little confusing. Just think about the times, the order, and know that by the time goes with the later thing. All right, so number 2, and it is Gregory's turn. Gregory, are you there?
I'm sorry, my computer is sometimes freezing. It's Mac, so it's happening.
Oh, no problem. I understand.
Okay. By the time Jane will, I'm sorry, Jane takes his cat to the vet, I will, sorry, Jane will have worked out for 1 hour.
Good, very good. So these are much more difficult than the simple multiple choice. Really have to think about what comes first. Very good. So by the time he takes his cat to the vet, he will have worked out for 1 hour. Good. And number 3, Diego.
Okay. By the time Helen attend Dr. John's lecture. Thanks. Okay. She have will. She have will. No, pardon. She will have taken her psychology exam.
Good, good, good. Excellent. Good one. Very good. And number 4, Anna.
Yes. By the time the Jones family will buy a new car, they will have sold their old one or car.
Yeah, you could say 1. Good. But let's see. By the time the Jones family
buys.
buys. Yep. So here we have our future perfect. Oops. Our future perfect is here. We'll have sold. So we won't have will. We'll have the simple present. By the time the Jones family buys. And even though there's more than one person in the Jones family, it buys one family.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Excellent. And 5, Ken.
Okay. By the time Mr. and Mrs. Kim get home, the workmen we have finished installing the new windows in the Kim house.
Yes, installing the windows. Sorry, I am going to leave off some of the extra words when I'm typing. Yep, exactly right.
What is Kim house? Kim is the name of the person?
Yeah, Kim is their last name.
Okay.
Good. Great. And moving right along, number 6, Jinwei. Jinwei?
Hi, teacher. I'm thinking.
Oh, sorry.
By the time Pablo goes to Brazil to watch the World Cup. John Pablo, hey, John Pablo will have saved $3,000.
Exactly, very good. Excellent. That was a tricky one. Good. So, yep, by the time he goes to watch the World Cup, he will have saved $3,000. Good. And Wellington, number 7.
By the time Nelly and Victor has a baby,
Has or have?
oh sorry, have a baby because they are both true. They are true. They will have moved into a new apartment.
Very good. They will have moved into a new apartment.
To a new apartment.
Great. Excellent. Number 8, Ksenia.
By the time Paula goes to bed, she will have finished her homework.
Good, yeah. Excellent. Good one. Number 9, Gregory.
Okay. Juan earns his electrician's license. He will have been get married?
Oh, he will have.
Get married.
Oh, yeah, so it'd be. This is. Yeah, he will have gotten married.
Also gotten married.
Yeah, and that's because we're talking about the event of the marriage.
Okay.
If we were talking about duration of marriage, then it might be he will have been married for 2 years.
Okay, thank you.
Good one, really good. And 10, Gregory, Diego.
Sorry, teacher. I have a question.
Yes.
In sentence 9, we could put, for example, Juan gets married. By the time Juan gets married, he will have earned his electrician's license.
Oh! Yeah. Yep, I wasn't looking at our numbers there. Yep, so this has to go with by the time. Yep.
Yes.
Because that comes later. Yep, so by the time Juan gets
married,
he will have
and his electrician's license.
Good, very good. Good paying attention. Electrician's license. Yes. If the years were different, then we would reverse the order. But
so is correct in this way, or it's correct in the other way too?
this is the correct way, because the later action, the action that happens last, is what goes with by the time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great question. Great noticing that. Thank you. And I believe it is your turn. Is that right? Or is it Diego's turn? No, I think it's your turn, Anna. Right?
Okay. Next summer. By the time he visits her relative in Korea, she will have graduated.
Good. Yep. Yep. So visiting the relatives happens after the graduation. Very good.
Okay.
All right. Good work on those ones, everyone. So now it's going to flip the order. So this is when we're starting with by the time, and we have our later event. And now we're just going to switch the order. So by the time will still be followed by the later event, but we're not starting with by the time. So this will be kind of backwards. So just remember that the later event goes after by the time, and the earlier event not. A little confusing there. So let's see. Ken, it is your turn for number 1 here.
Okay, Sam will have finished work by the time his sister left for Boston.
Time.
Not left, leaves. Sorry, leaves for Boston. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Yep, so that happens later, so it goes with by the time. Excellent. And number 2, Jinwei. This is a tricky one.
Sarah. Sarah. Sarah will.
I'm gonna give you a little hint. This is a tricky one. So start with Sarah's brother.
Oh, Sarah's brother. Will have come home.
Wait, is that right? Hang on.
By the time Sarah goes out to a club.
Yeah, Sarah's brother will have come home by the time Sarah goes out to a club. Yeah, that's right. Right, everyone? Yep, because we have by the time and our later event. And then we're starting with our earlier event. So Sarah's brother will have come home by the time Sarah goes out to a club. Good. Confusing. We're switching the order. Can get confusing.
Ellen's brother will have cooked lunch by the time Ellen finishes her exam. Finishes.
Oh, yep. That was a typo there. Yes, correct. Yep, very good. So this happens after this. Good. And for Gregory.
Okay. The Lee's family, if I'm correct. The Lee's family will have found a new apartment by the time they moves out. I'm sorry, they move out.
Very good, very good. Excellent, good. And let's hope so. You don't want to move out before you find a new apartment. Good. Excellent. And 5, Diego.
Okay. Yuri's Yuri's favorite show will have begun by the time Yuri get home.
Get or gets?
Gets.
Yeah.
Gets.
Great, excellent. Very good. Anyone have any questions on these so far?
No, it's good.
Good, good. So we continue with the same structure, same order. Anna, number 6.
Yes. Anna will have graduated by the time she visits her sister in Ukraine.
Good, excellent. Yep, great.
Okay.
Perfect. And number 7, Ken.
Okay. Juan or Juan, I'm sure.
Juan.
Juan.
Juan, yeah, this is
Juan.
Spanish
Juan.
name. Juan.
Okay. Juan. Okay. Juan will have gotten a promotion by the time he will move into a new he moves into a new apartment.
Good, good. By the time he moves into a new apartment. Great, perfect. And number 8, Jinwei.
Number 8. Number 8. Paris will have cleaned the apartment. By the time Paris goes to bed.
Good. Yep, Parrish, or we could say he goes to bed. Great. Yep, perfect. Excellent. And 9, Wellington.
Wanda will have learned to swim. Learned to swim. Learned.
Learned. Yeah, it's almost a T sound at the end. It's one syllable, so learned or learned.
Learned to swim by the time Wanda goes to away.
Good. Great.
It's regular.
What's that?
This verb is regular.
Yeah. Yep, excellent. Good. And 10, Gregory.
Okay. Gordon will have will have visited his friends in Australia by the time he graduates.
Good. Yep, perfect. Excellent. So does anyone have any questions about anything so far?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't. I use should. For example, I should will have learning to swim by the time I goes to Hawaii. I can use you should.
Not with not with not with the future perfect, because should is for like advice or recommendations, so not something certain. In these are certain things. These are facts that are definitely going to happen. What we could say would be, let me type. Okay. I could say, I should learn to swim before I go to Hawaii. So that's advice, something I should do before something that's happening. But that's a modal. The modal should, and it's for advice or recommendations or suggestions. So you wouldn't use it with the future perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, good, really good question. Any other questions, anyone?
No.
Okay, so I have one thing to wrap up here. It's good to try to use the grammar in more of a conversational way. So I'm going to ask you all a question, and you'll each answer. And it will, and I'll go first, so I'll give some examples. Let's see. We're going to talk about what we will accomplish by 20.
Hi, teacher. Can you hear me?
I think he had a problem, a technical problem.
Maybe I will be your teacher. Let me ask you this question. We need to practice English with each other.
Things that you plan to have accomplished in real life, or of course you can make up something. And by the time means, yeah, things that will happen before that date. So things that you'll do between now and 2020. So for example, by the year 2020, I will have moved to New York, and I will have written 3 books, and I will have visited Africa.
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Yes.
Why?
just a dream.
Yeah, some of them are dreams, but we can get imaginative. It's possible.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. All right. So who wants to go first? There's the prompt in the Verbling chat. By the year 2020, I will have, and then say 3 things.
Okay, it's your turn.
You want
You put
Wellington to go first?
you put the prompt.
Yeah, it should be in the Verbling chat. I tried to type it
Okay.
in the Google chat, but it didn't show up. I can try again.
Because the screen had frozen. Let me
Oh,
see.
okay. There, it's in the Google chat now as well.
I put in Google Chat. Okay. Okay. And by the year 2020, I will have I will have been in I will have been in Japan, and I will have I will have learned learned well English and another language.
Good, good. Excellent. Very nice. Thank you, Wellington, for going first. Volunteer to go next?
I go next.
All right. Thank you very much, Zinwei. Go ahead.
By the 2020, I will have become a millionaire and invested more money on internet in order to make the internet faster.
Nice. Nice. So pretty big dreams there, too. Excellent. Good, good. So just 5 years to become a millionaire. Great. So thank you very much, Jinwei. Who is next?
Okay, may I?
Yes, go ahead, Ken.
Okay. By 2020, 20, I hope I will have mastered future perfectly.
Wonderful. Very good.
Maybe you can meet a teacher on the street.
Yeah, by the year 2020, I will have met teachers on the street and mastered the future perfect. Great. Good. And all right, Diego or Gregory, who's next?
Hi, Diego.
All right, thank you, Diego.
By the year 2020, I will have learning to very well English, and I will have finished a master of economic. Yes, when I describe 2 things I need. I need to say I will have 2
2
twice.
times? No, you can say, yeah, by the year 2020, I will have mastered English and finished my studies. So you do not need to repeat will have.
Okay.
Great question, great question.
Thank you.
Excellent. And Gregory, last but not least. What will you have accomplished by 2020?
By 2020, I will have learned to speak Spanish, and I hope finished. I'm sorry, passed my TOEFL exam.
Great, great, excellent. Sounds like real plans there.
Yeah.
Good, good. Best of luck. I'm sure you will have accomplished that by 2020. All right, everyone, great work today. This was tricky at some points, but sounds like everyone's forming it perfectly and using it very well. So great work, and that's all I have for you today.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you all very soon.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.